Hello everyone, here is a new boat that I just purchased. It's a super nice boat. It's a Carolina Skiff 160 flat series, galvanized trailer, hydraulic steering, 2015 Mercury 94 stroke, super nice boat. Motor only has 112 hours. Long story short, this motor stopped running for the guy I purchased it from. He told me that he suspected somehow water got into the motor, and I already know exactly how that happened because with these water separators, if you leave your boat outside and if it rains, what this does is separates your water from the gas. And if this is full, once in a while you do have to empty this out because water gets trapped in that filter, and if you do not empty that out and you have a lot of water coming in your fuel, what it does is that water is going to overflow into your fuel system and it's going to go straight to your motor. So that's what happened to this motor. Water got pumped out of the water separator because the guy never dumped the water out of the fuel separator, and it went into this motor and it screwed up his motor. His mechanic said that this motor is done. He needs a new motor, so I'm attempting to save it. I was here yesterday trying to repair it. I'm gonna put a few pictures up from last night. This first photo, you're gonna see that the lifter on the top cylinder somehow moved itself from the valve, which is odd, and that's because that the valves were sticking, the top of the valve was sticking, and it allowed that lifter to move to the side. And a mistake that the owner did was he let the motor sit for 2 months. And with water in your motor for 2 months, it's not really that great. I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing right now. I removed the whole valve cover already, and I put the lifters back on. The motor did fire right up, but it quit. And not sure why. The compression is a little bit low, and I believe that there is some rust on the valves inside the head and it's not seating properly. But maybe, you know what, I'm gonna put this in forward. I noticed that there's some rust, some debris and rust in the intake manifold. So I'm gonna take the whole intake manifold off. Hold on, that didn't open the butterfly. Oh, okay, that's why, because I have this already disconnected. But I'm gonna try to show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys what's down there. And the injectors are clogged also. Maybe I could. Can you guys? Huh. No, my flashlight isn't that bright enough. But anyway, there's debris of rust and stuff in there. Here are the injectors. I just pulled them out. They are clogged, and you could just see that there is some surface. See all that? Right there? Those particles is blocking the injectors. I had to clean them out. It's on all 4 injectors. It's pretty sad. This motor is literally in almost brand new condition. Really nice. I have the cowling somewhere sitting here back there. If you guys are wondering what this is the project boat I've been working on. I haven't even had time to finish it up. Here's the cowling for the motor. Really pretty cowling, 94 stroke. So, like I said, right now what I'm doing is I'm removing the intake manifold off of this engine. I'm gonna keep you guys updated. I wanna remove all this, clean it all out, clean the injectors, hopefully start the motor, get it warmed up to temperature, and see, you know, where the compression is. Hopefully I don't have to pull the head off. I'm debating if I should just sell the complete motor because I do kind of have a buyer lined up for it. And I might slap my Yamaha 70 on here. So that's where I'm at right now. Pretty nice boat, lots of storage. One of the nicest boats I ever owned. Hydraulic steering, like I said, power pole, platform in the back. So yeah, hopefully I can get this motor running. So stay tuned. All right, guys. Here I pulled the intake manifold off, just as I suspected. Check this out. This is the intake valve. Get the light in there. It's pretty, look at all that in there. Kind of focusing. But anyway, you can see that there's rust. A lot of stuff in there. There we go. Look at that one. There's this one. This one has a lot. And the bottom cylinder, I was getting 180 psi, and the top one was the lowest at 90 psi. So, I mean, I'm gonna try to clean it as good as possible. Hopefully I do not have to pull the head, but it kind of looks like I'm gonna have to on this new motor. It's pretty sad. Look at all that. Just stick my finger in there. Yeah, this is coming out of the intake. Look at that. Each one, oh, the third one has a lot of it. Look at that. That is ridiculous. So yeah, I'm gonna clean this up as best as I can. I'm gonna hope for the best and stay tuned, guys. So here is the intake manifold. Look at the stuff that's in here. That's ridiculous. Look at all that. I'll just stick my finger in there and look at this. You won't believe how much stuff's gonna come out. Look at all that. That's all in the intake. I mean, come on. So, I'm gonna clean everything as best as I can currently and see what happens. Alright, so I cleaned the injectors on this motor, put the intake manifold back on. I assembled everything that needs to be in order to start the motor. Oh, actually I have to one of those air hose. Hook that up. Okay, now everything's hooked back together. I'm gonna see what happens. Hopefully she'll start up. If not, the head needs to be removed. I really don't want to do that, but honestly, that's what it's looking like I have to do. So let's give it a shot. Gonna have to turn the key a few times to let the fuel pump work itself. Alright, make sure my ball and my fuel, okay, that's all tight. Gonna primer it one more time. Alright, here we go. Huh. Sounds like she wants to start. There's a lot of smoke coming out of the right here. That's where the throttle body is. She doesn't want to start. Alright, not sure what's going on, but I think I'm just going to pull the head off and just do it right. Get new valves, everything, drop it off the machine shop. So, that's my next step. Gonna have to take everything off. Alright, a little update video. I removed the intake manifold again, have everything off, disconnected the timing chain on it. Ooh, stepping on stuff everywhere. Tell you what, man. I'm busting my butt trying to take this head off. Everything is, all the bolts are off in order to remove the head. Oh, you can already see it moving. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed with the quality of this motor. Mercury cheaped out on a few things, and like a few things like, you know, the intake manifold. I mean, this is made out of plastic. I mean, you could just tell they're cutting corners, and it's just a cheaply made outboard motor. It's a single cam. I wonder what it looks like in the head, so I'm gonna pull that off right now. All right, so the head is officially off. Here's the pistons. Here's the cylinder wall. Wish I had my flashlight on me, but everything looks good. The cylinder walls look good. There is some minimal surface rust right here on the edge, which is no big deal. Moving on to the head right here. This head, it only has, I think it was 112 hours. I read from the gauge on the boat. Check that out, look at this. This is the head gasket. 112 hours. You can see surface rust on the valves. Right here, it's really hard to see on the camera, but you could feel it's a big bubble right here. And also right here, big bubble from the salt. It's expanding right here. Also on this side. So I'm gonna take this to the machine shop and see. They're gonna tell me what exactly I need to buy. I don't know too much. Honestly, this is my first head that I ever did. Let me go get my flashlight really quick, because I want to show you guys what the inside looks like. Here's a few motors. This is my friend's motors. It's a 25 Yamaha and a 50 Yamaha 2-stroke. Gonna grab this light. Alright. Now I can show you the inside of the intake on this head. You can see the surface rust on the valve. Okay, I don't know why it's blue like that. But anyway. Well, let me try this one. Okay, somewhat better. But there is rust on, I don't know what it's on the valve rod. I don't know too much about top ends. And this one was the worst. When I first got the motor, it was so bad that my valve was sticking. It wouldn't go anywhere until the piston would push on it to push it back. Really hard to see. And this is the exhaust side. And let me flip it over on the other side for the intake side. Alright. Let's zoom in a little bit. So you guys could see there is surface rust. There we go. See that? Even on the back side of the valve, there's surface rust. The valves aren't seating correctly. And also, with the head having a lump on it, it's losing compression. It's losing compression through the valves also. Look at this one. Look how rusty that one is. Look at that one. You see on the edge where the valve seats, it's not getting a good seal. There we go. That's a good view of it. And the last one, the fourth one. Wish this would focus. But anyway, They have rust on them. I don't know, like I said, I'm not a machinist. I don't know if I have to buy new valves or if they take out the valves and clean them or any of that, but I'm gonna talk to a guy and see exactly how much it's gonna be and how much, you know, to rebuild this head completely. New mercury, and this happened, which is crazy. Alright guys, it's the very next day. I dropped the head at the machine shop. There's Chris. He's gonna be selling this Honda 8. Little overview of the boat again. There she is. Quick, long story, really quick. I might have a buyer for this motor. Chris over there, apparently he has a customer who wants to buy this motor at a pretty decent, good deal on my end. So if it happens, I'm gonna sell this motor technically to one of his customers, and he's gonna do the rebuild on it. And that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna be taking any videos of it, of how it's gonna come out, but I won't know until in a few days what's gonna happen. Either way, it's gonna get pieced back together, whether or not. And not sure what I'm going to do with the boat, if I'm going to put my Yamaha on it or if I'm just going to sell just the boat and trailer. It's a really nice boat, hydraulic steering. Like I put in the other video, it has the power pole, trim tabs, really nice.
And if you need your boat motors worked on, you can come to Coastal Outboards, 727-656-2030. Ask for Chris.
Yeah, you can call Chris if you have any questions. He works on motors. And I'm here sometimes with him, so it's pretty much what's going on right now. I just want to give you guys an update, so stay tuned for the next video. And here's Chris, what are you doing right here? You just got this 25?
Pulled the crank out of this 25 Yamaha short shaft.
Seen that.
The sleeve broke off. I had the whole motor hoisted up earlier. Sleeve broke off inside there and damaged the piston and the piston rings, so we're gonna have to pull this wrist pin, put a new piston, re-sleeve the block, and new rings.
Yep, it's a, what is it, an 06 short shaft?
06, yeah, 06 short
Two-stroke.
Absolutely beautiful motor. It's a shame that happened. But I assume we'll have this up and running sometime mid next week.
What's up with this? Is this a 50?
This is a 50 Yamaha, that's correct. Okay. Two-stroke, which you don't see any more of those anymore. I just cleaned the carbs. It's I'm putting a new trim motor in it. It's a super clean motor. The hood needed a little touch up, so I went ahead and touched that up.
Some paint.
Yeah.
The decals are on here. You just taped them off, right?
Yeah, I just stickered them up so that the paint wouldn't. Yeah.
Doesn't look good on camera, but once you take that tape off.
Yeah. So all in all, I've got a few more things to do to this, but it'll be a running motor with power tilt and trim, 50 Yamaha horsepower 2000. It's an awesome motor. It's a workhorse.
Clean motor.
Yeah, it will be.
What else do you got? Do you have anything else?
I got the Honda I'm getting ready to let go today.
Yeah, and there's some trolling motors, and then we have a junker in the back.
Oh yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to see that thing.
It runs
Mercury. Anybody has a short shaft 25 Mercury lower unit? I'm looking to buy one.
Yeah, we got one down there.
Leave some comments in the comment section below. We got one for sale at a good price, of course. The 25 Mercury tiller. What year is this?
I don't know. 04? No, 06, I think.
06. So.
No, 02. Okay.
02. So if anybody's got a lower unit for a short shaft 25 horse Mercury.
I think we need an electric starter on that too, right? I might have that too. I don't know.
Oh yeah?
Of course. I'll never bring it.
Oh, I know. I've been waiting to bring parts forever.
Alright, so yeah.
Coastal Outboards.
Coastal Coast.
Coastal Outboards, St. Petersburg, Florida. 727-656-2030. Appreciate you.